The RS-28 Sarmat is a new Russian silo-based intercontinental ballistic missile (ICBM). It was designed as a successor to the Soviet R-36M, Western reporting name SS-18 or Satan. Development of the RS-28 commenced in 2009. Russians were developing an improved version of the R-36M. Interestingly, the R-36M, Satan, was originally developed and produced in Ukraine. Ukrainians supplied parts and assisted in servicing of these missiles. After the 2014 annexion of Crimea and military action in Ukraine, this became a problem. Ukrainians were no longer servicing these missiles, while Russian design bureaus were not familiar with the R-36M. So it was increasingly important for Russians to develop a replacement for this Soviet-era missile that was approaching the end of its service life. The RS-28 Sarmat is an evolution of the R-36M, rather than a completely new design. It has many design features of the R-36M, but uses more advanced materials and technologies in its construction. The new missile uses upgraded electronics, guidance systems, countermeasures, and reportedly has more warhead options. Though it uses the same engines as the R-36M. It is believed that many elements of this missile were recreated from the R-36M blueprints. Also, some of the Ukrainian specialists who worked on the R-36M transferred to Russian enterprises, and their expertise was considered developing the new missile. The RS-28 is known in the West as SSX-30, or Satan II. First image of this missile was declassified in 2016. It made its first flight in 2020. It was announced that this missile will be deployed in 2022 and will completely replace in service all surviving R-36M missiles. Some sources report that so far Russian MOD ordered 50 of these missiles. Once operational, the RS-28 Sarmat will become one of the most powerful ICBM in the world. In 2022, a Sarmat missile made its first test flight, which was successful. This could be an indication soon this missile will be ready for deployment. Though by that time this test missile that was launched was the only Sarmat missile in Russia's inventory. So it could take a couple of years when this missile will be fielded in substantial numbers. Once in service, it will become the heaviest ICBM in the world. In terms of range and payload, it is superior to the US Trident II. Most likely that the RS-28 Sarmat will use the same silos as the R-36M. These missile silos are located in dispersed locations across Russia. The silo launcher and command point are hardened against nuclear explosions. This ICBM has two stages. The missile is equipped with liquid rocket engines, using storable propellants. Missile is stored in a tubular storage launch container. Upon launch, the missile is shot out of the container. The main engine is ignited tens of meters above the ground. The new RS-28 Sarmat is a very capable ballistic missile because of its high speed and extremely high throw weight. In terms of weight and dimensions, it is similar to the R-39M. The Sarmat missile has a payload capacity of around 10 t. It has some warhead options. It can carry 10 multiple independently targetable re-entry vehicles (MIRVs) with a blast yield of 0.75 mt each. Alternatively, it can carry 16 smaller MIRVs, or up to 24 Avangard hypersonic glide vehicles. It is the first Russian missile capable of deploying these highly maneuverable vehicles. It can also carry a combination of larger and smaller warheads and countermeasures in order to penetrate air defense systems. Penetration aids of the RS-28 have been improved, so this missile will be hard to intercept. A single RS-28 missile with MIRVs can completely destroy 3 U.S. states, such as Maryland, Vermont, and Rhode Island. The RS-28 will have a range of at least 11,000 kilometers. It is likely that with reduced payload this missile has even longer range. There was a versions of the R-36M missile with a range of 16,000 kilometers. The RS-28 Sarmat is able to employ multiple trajectories over the north,